Hello, hello, hello. This is Coach Kemi, CEO and founder of How to Think Global Consulting Empire. Are you that female in the corporate space who has been applying for higher positions within her organization, but you are frustrated because you haven't got it yet? Well, stay with me for another 10 minutes and I'll be sharing with you creative strategy number 4 to get that promotion fast and therefore increase your wages. I was that woman who did not believe that if I knew I was qualified for a post, I knew I could do whatever that other colleague of mine was doing within the organization. I was that woman who would not go for it or go for it gingerly because everybody else did not think so, because I had got some no's over a period of time. I'm Coach Kemi, CEO and founder of How to Think Global Consulting Empire. And I help you to think right so that you can be free. Free to work in any position you want to. Free to be who you are, not who society thinks you are. And guess what? Society is not, it's not their responsibility to decide who you are, to accept who you are. It's your responsibility. And as I was saying, I was that woman who just stayed back. And so what I did was, I have my notes here, so I'll be looking at them. Hi, Dion. And so what I did was I shackled myself with my thinking. I just got stuck there. And what I did was, I'm not good enough. That was my thought. Kemi, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. No. In fact, between yesterday and today, I thought I wasn't good enough. I actually was going down. I was thinking, I was trying, like, oh, stay up, stay afloat. But you can't just affirm it and confirm it and make those affirmations and everything changes. No, it has to change at the seat of thought. It is the seat of thought where you are sat, the seat of thought that makes every and any difference. That day, I decided to unshackle myself like I did this morning. I said, Kemi, bring your A game to the table. Kemi, Diana just shared with us about commitment. She works with senior females, strategic leaders who are females. If you're a CEO in the third sector, you need to go and listen to her. She has put a hello here, so you have to do is to click on her name and you follow her through. And she mentioned something about commitment. And for me, commitment is one of my 4 disciplines. And I looked up on my wall, I thought, there is commitment. Kemi, you are not committed to yourself. Rise. And because I am committed to myself, I unshackled myself and said, Kemi, you are the best. You are great at this. What they think is irrelevant. I had a client who thought she was no good because everybody else thought she was no good. And because she did not get the promotions she kept going for, till she worked with me and she realized it wasn't about getting more qualifications, rising and talking. It was about how she thought about herself. How you think about yourself is paramount to whether you get a promotion or not, to whether you move sideways or up or not. It is paramount how you think about yourself. So what's our creative strategy number 4? Creative strategy number 4 today is think solution and think answer. Think. I'm talking about your thinking. Erase the doing. Let's talk about the thinking. Think solution and think answer. And major on solutions, major on answers. But before you get there, what you need to do is to see yourself as a solution to your organization's problems and see yourself as the answer to your organization's problems. Because guess what? This is why they hired you. They hired you because you would be a resource for their organization so that they can move forward within your expertise and your skills and your talents. They hired you for that. Now, as a human resource who is not a solution and who is not an answer to their problems and questions, then what are you doing in that position? But the first thing is to think of yourself that way, because the way you think of yourself is the way you appear. The way you think about yourself is how you rise. The way you think about yourself is what you do. The way you think is who you are. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. And you don't just be a solution and an answer. You move fast. You see, the faster you bring the answer, the quicker you move, the quicker the results you get for your organization. Just making sure I've got everything here. The quicker you bring the solutions and the answers to the table, the quicker your organization gets results that they want, that you are capable of giving. Now, I want you, and you do this by harnessing your thoughts. Think of a harness. A harness, once you put a harness on a horse, on a dog, you can control it. You harness your thoughts so that you can control it. If you want to feel all like I was, you can harness it and bring yourself up. You don't wait for someone to say, oh, you're so great, Kemi. Oh, wow, you do such a great job. Before you say to yourself, oh, wow, you do such a great job, bring your A game to the table. And guess who will be noticed? Not the person that does the job, or it takes us 7 days to hit this key performance indicator. It takes us 7 days. It will take you 3 days. It will take you 4 days. It could take you 2 days. It could take you 1 day. Guess what? It's an idea with the solution in it, an idea with the answer in it. You are bold, brave, brazen, courageous enough to open your mouth and say, you know, I think we should do this unconventional thing. I think we should go this way. Or everybody around is going to say, no, 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 no. We can never do that. It will never work. We've never done it in 4 days. Who tells you we can do it in 4 days? That is what they said to the guy that broke the 4-mile run. It can never be done. He did not listen to them. Who are you listening to? What are you doing? As long as you can bring solution to the table, guess who's going to be noticed for promotion? Even if you've been there a shorter time than others who should be promoted to that position, who do you think will be noticed? It's you. But how you think about yourself. If you're a down and out thinker, if you are, oh, well, you know, I can't make it, well, I've been here for so long, oh, it's because I'm black, it's because I'm yellow, it's because I'm blue, it's because I'm female, you know, there's this glass ceiling. It's a patriarchal culture within my organization. Then you ain't going nowhere in a hurry. And guess what? Even I will not inspire them to promote you, because you're actually not ready for promotion. Because guess what? You were hired for your mind, and you are paid for your mind. So why don't you just use that mind well by planting the right thoughts on the ground of your mind? And if you have liked what I've just shared with you, I'd like to invite you to a VIP day with me called Discover How to Control Your Thoughts Without Being Cold. How to control your thoughts at work without being cold, without changing, without becoming somebody else. There is a way to do it, but in this world, we don't control our thoughts. We let everything, other people, situations, circumstances, whatever, we allow those to control us and we blame them. You can't blame what you give power to, because nothing has the ability to control you except you give up your power. I want to teach you how to take back that power, show you what to do. It's just 3.5 hours with me, just 3.5 hours. It holds on Wednesdays. It will be virtual. Anywhere in the world you can join me. So if this interests you, there is a link that I'm going to add to the title page. Is via application form only. And let me tell you who it is for. It's for that female in the corporate space who aspires for a senior position, who knows she is ready to move mountains, who knows she is ready to think differently, audaciously, maximize what she's got, who wants to be a thorough, unforgettable, indomitable resource for her organization. That is who this VIP day is for. And what you need to do is to click that link and fill out the application form. I will put the link in the comments once I'm done. However, let me tell you what we are going to do in this time we'll be together. The first thing that you need to notice, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hop on the phone after you fill out the application form for 45 minutes to find out if we're actually a good fit, because I need to talk to you about what you've written, to find out if you are where you are going, where you are, and what the gap is, and what we need to do, what you are really looking for, who you really are. And that will help us to save time so that when we actually meet face-to-face, hey, virtually online, face-to-face online, we will just jump right into it. In the first 45 minutes, when we actually do get on the VIP day, I'm going to take you step by step through what I call the ready formula for promotion. the READY formula. It's an acronym I created out of the word ready. And this will help you to recognize whether you're actually ready for this promotion you're talking about, whether you do want this promotion you're talking about, and whether you are ready for the transformation that will without fail and without doubt occur while we are together. The next hour, we will be looking at the connection between your RQ and your ERQ. That is your relationship quotient and your emotional resilience quotient. Your ability to be resilient, to be strong, to stand in the face of whatever is said to you, however is said to you, will determine the kind of relationships that you build and whether you can sustain them. Because it needs to be a win for you, a win for your relationship, the other person, and a win for your organization. If it's not a win-win-win, we are not winning. It's not just for you because you relate with others. In the hour after that, we will do some role play. You'll be amazed at what role play exposes. Sometimes I have found, and you might find, that there are some thoughts you have not mentioned. There are some issues, some emotional outbursts, some ways you feel, which feelings are a result of our thoughts. They come as a result of our thoughts. Where you feel about whatever, and role play will expose this, and we will deal with it there and there. And then you have a little bit of homework to do. At the last 45 minutes, what we'll do is we'll recap, we'll summarize, I'll answer any more questions that you have, and we'll talk about what next for you. So if this interests you, please click on the link once you see it in the comments or in the title space on this video and click submit. I'll get right back to you within 24 hours. Remember who this is for: that audacious woman, that thinker who works in the corporate space, that woman who is ready for more authority and more responsibility, that woman who knows whether I have the qualification or not. I know what it takes, and I'm ready to take the bull by the horns and make a difference within this organization. It is for you if you are a mountain mover and you are ready to move more mountains. It is for you if you are ready to apply for positions 2 steps higher, not just 1 step higher, 2 steps higher than where you are. Because you see, the further you stretch, the more you are able to do. But many people think it's step by step. Go 2 steps, go 2 steps, go 2 steps, and you'll be amazed at what you are able to do. So if this is something you are after, simply fill out the application form and I'll get back to you. Remember, the creative strategy number 4 to get that promotion fast and therefore increase your wages is to show up as a solution and as an answer within your organization. Please do not show up next time you get to work as an employee. You were not, your organization thinks they hired an employee. No, no, no. They hired a solution and an answer. Until you show up that way, they will never recognize you as such. All right. Stay strong, and thank you so much for your time.